What's good, y'all? It's ElijahBoyy. Let me talk to you. All right, so we're going to jump into this SmackDown review. They were in Perth, Australia. By the time y'all see this, Crown Jewel is either currently happening or it already is happening. I ain't watching it, but I'm going to keep my eye on them results, though. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to blow through this review. Pause. Cody Rhodes kicks off the show to a warm, huge, loving reception from the Perth crowd. He essentially hypes up the match for a Crown Jewel Championship against Seth freaking Rollins. Cody does the standard Cody thing, and Seth Rollins. He is everything he sacrificed himself for. He basically was trying to say he was everything he tried to defeat and stuff in Roman Reigns, being Cody's Shield at WrestleMania. And he said, Seth was saying this is for the future of the industry. And I laughed and poked fun at Seth Rollins. But once I heard Mr. Heyman, it made him think about it, about how you think you could carry this whole industry on your back. He said, if I'm not pulling my weight, WWE can rely on superstars like Randy Orton. Yeah! And what's funny is before he started doing this, he said he wasn't doing this for like cheap pops. He was just trying to use this to illustrate his point, which was if there are people in WWE like Randy Orton, yeah, Roman Reigns, everybody threw up the ones immediately, which was very cool. Rhea Ripley in Australia really love that one. Main event Jey Uso, and then of course CM Punk, and they did their CM Punk chants, and even you, Seth. And while Cody was trying to talk, the crowd starts booing like loudly, and he was like, "You all really don't like Seth Rollins, do you?" Ooh. And then they started chanting, "Seth's a white guy, Seth's a white guy." Seth is a white guy, And he was like, allow me to confirm with the voice of WWE, Michael Cole, can you tell me what the crowd is saying? And Michael's like, no, 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 no. Right? And then Cody tosses the microphone at Michael Cole. And he was like, well, go ahead, Michael, Barrett on the side. He's like, I can't say it. And the crowd was like chanting for Michael to say it. And then Michael hands it to Wade Barrett, Michael's a professional, And Barrett's like, Cody, I have some good news. No, he didn't say that, but I kind of wish he somehow worked that way in there. The crowd is saying Seth Rollins is a wanker. Yeah! And then Barrett tosses the microphone back at Cody, who caught it like, dog, I can't, bro, I don't understand. Dude, he caught that mug with no problem, bro. That was the coldest thing. I don't know why that was cold to me, bro. That was like when Roman caught the mic from Lesnar, bro. It's just straight. Man, let me move on, bro. I'm not even going to get into it. So, man, Cody just, as the kids say, he gained aura points, if you will. But anyways, and the very end, chat, thank you, Barrett. So after that, Cody Rhodes essentially ends it with saying, I'm the one you can't beat. And the crowd cheers, they hit the song and all that other stuff. Can I just say, it's crazy because Cody's always getting mixed reactions or thoughts from people regarding his title reigns and stuff like that. But let's be real, the chase is always going to be more entertaining than the actual defending. And it's like that for everybody, good guys, who wrestle. But it's honestly, I enjoy Cody. He just does this so well and everything like that. And I felt like the hate, I don't want to say it felt forced, but wrestling fans are hard to please sometimes. All right, then we go into the U.S. title open challenge with Sami Zayn versus the returning Shinsuke Nakamura, who came back with his old theme, old entrance. I guess he's a good guy now. Basically, what a match. You know, it reminded me sort of their match from NXT Black and Gold days. When Shinsuke first debuted, still one of my favorite matches in NXT history. Basically, we cut to the end of the match. Shinsuke goes for the Kinshasa, but the MFTs come back with war paint on. You know, Tama Tonga came back, JC Mateo, Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, the Tonga Kid, the Tonga Adult, the Tonga Uncle. Okay, I'm joking, not all that. They straight beat the brakes off of Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. And then Solo Sikoa appears and he said, no, I'm joking, he ain't do all that. But it'd be funny when he do that. He'd be like, stop. Oh, Solo is so funny, bro. And then we go to Stephanie Vaquer teaming with Tiffany Stratton versus Julia and Kiana James. Pretty standard tag match. You know, of course, you know, Stephanie had to hit that. Here we go, baby. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah. Basically, the match ends with Stephanie diving onto Julia, I believe. Yeah, Julia. And then she hits the prettiest moonsault ever on Kiana James for the win, if I'm not mistaken. Then we go to backstage. Of course, Fatu and Drew had their brawl back there. Also, another backstage segment I want to bring up. They had Charlotte and Alexa basically confronting Sol Ruca and Zarya, basically setting up a match in the future between the two teams. And, you know, they did the funny little, look at them, not even on the same page. And then they went separate. And then she was like, over here, Charlotte. I knew that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And we had the Wyatt SICKS versus the Street Profits. I feel like they've wrestled each other many times at this point. Like, haven't they? The Wyatt SICKS defeat the Street Profits. Can I just say, man, Montez Ford, bro. Not saying Angelo Dawkins ain't an amazing competitor, but Montez Ford, man, that brother got hops. Can I just say that? After the Wyatt SICKS defeated the Street Profits, they're standing there in the ring. Next thing you know, out of nowhere, the MFTs came back, bro. They showed up and they did a standoff, and Nikki Cross is all up in Solo's face like, what's the deal, cuz? I mean, she ain't say that, but you get what I'm saying. And the fans chanted, this is awesome. I'm like, wow, MFT's in the Wyatt SICKS. Well, Survivor Series is around the corner. We're going to get that traditional Survivor Series. I kind of miss those. I mean, I like War Games, but dang, I kind of miss the old school Survivor Series. Hopefully they do that with these two teams, if that is what they're hyping up. Now, let's get to the main event. Damian Priest versus Aleister African American. I'm joking. Aleister Black. I'm gonna be respectful this time because, well, I like Aleister Black in general, but it is funny saying Aleister African American. Aleister Black versus Damian Priest in a last man standing match. Can I just, bruh, they got me invested. I mean, the rivalry has been kind of, for me, it's like back and forth, but this right here, this match right here, bro, I can't even describe it to give it justice. I recommend y'all go watch it. They even dropped the full match on YouTube. Please go watch it because, bro, this match was fire. Get it? Fire. You'll see why in a little bit. Match kicks off pretty standard. They were going back and forth using the steel steps, the kendo sticks, the chairs. Some of my favorite parts of the match when Priest hit the razor's edge twice, even after the fans chanted one more time on Aleister Black, but he was able to hold on with his legs, pause, and then they get into the crowd, and they're like on some like, I don't know, crates or something, whatever they were on top of, and pause. And then right when Priest is basically about to hit the south of heaven, because there's like a table at the bottom, out of nowhere, Zelina Vega shows up. Zelina Vega shows up, and I'm like, whoa, what's about to happen here, right? And if you know, you know, so I don't need to bring it up. Zelina and Priest is like, I don't care if she here, bro. nipples out and all. That's for Priest. He pulled the strap down. That's why I said nipples out. So he don't care. And Aleister Black, he's like yelling, finish it, you know. And then Priest is about to go for South of Heaven, right? And then out of nowhere, Aleister Black hit Damian Priest with his mixtape. He was like, right? And then he hit him with the black mask. And right, and Priest falls through the table, and I'm like, ooh, right? So then the referee counts 8, 9, 10. Aleister Black beats Priest in a banger. By the way, WWE, if you want to book a Sheamus versus Aleister Black match, I will love you for that. If you know, I'm just saying, it don't even have to have a build-up. Just please. Anyway, what a match. Let me know what y'all thought of SmackDown. Let me know what you thought of that last man standing match, because that was straight fire. No pun intended. Okay, maybe pun intended.